Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back. I'm recording the same day I did the last video. Trouble at 12. And I wanted to continue, so, while it's still running through my mind. 12 to 13 is almost a complete blur. So much happened. You had the Katie situation. And then after that, I thought we should see a therapist. We did outpatient, and I only remember that stuff because when me and my mom went, at first it was just me, and then we did group, and then it was only my mom. Because they figured out that it wasn't me. I had issues because my mom had issues. So now here we are, court comes up. 2 felonies. Institutionalized. State was done with me. They have a 3-strike law, and I was on strike 2 at 12. So they were going to ship me out of state, I think, to a foster home or another institution, and I would never see my family again. My brother stepped up, decided to take custody of me. So I know I spent Thanksgiving and Christmas in the juvenile home. I remember it specifically. One of the things to this day that I still remember very much about that time was Christmas was definitely different because I'm locked up and I wasn't going to get visited. My mom was going to bring me presents, my brother, and they did. I was the only one who got presents that day. And I remember very vividly my mom saying she had wrapped my presents. She had them all beautiful, and when they got down there, the security made her open them because they wanted to see and make sure what was inside. And then they put it all in brown paper bags. And when my mom got upstairs, she told me it was all beautiful and wrapped. But now it's in paper bags because you're locked up. So every Christmas after this, you get presents in a brown paper bag. And still to this day, I kind of like it. I don't know. But I got out. I don't know how long I was in there. A while, though. And I was released to my brother. I moved in at my grandma's. I lived in the attic. I know when I got out, I had thought of this girl, Cheryl, who I had met in between the time of being locked up and being in the institution. And I thought, I wonder if she would want to be with me. So, one day I took my bike, and my aunt lived right down the street from her house, so I used my aunt's kind of as an excuse to ride around the block. Time and time again, until finally she came downstairs, noticed me riding around, and I told her it was because I just wanted to meet you, and I liked you, and she really didn't like me. We became boyfriend and girlfriend. And then, for the next, 3-4 years, it's kind of almost a blur. She was pregnant when we met during that time I was locked up and she was out in the free world, she ended up getting pregnant. I remember coming to her house that day and everybody crying. And, yep, she was pregnant. She thought I was going to leave. I stayed. For a while. Those years were nice. I do have some memories. I mean, her family was nuts. She had a brother named Jimmy who had a girlfriend named Roxanne, who actually was a hooker. And I found it so strange because they used to listen to the song Roxanne. Man, her mom was a big fat lady who did phone sex for a living and never could pay a phone bill. It was great. Her sister would get beat up by her boyfriend. So things were whatever they were crazy. You know, so there were gangbangers, and there's probably stories I'll remember throughout time from those years. Literally, I would say 13 to 16. I almost hardly remember it specifically, dates, times. I just know shit happened. Like when Cheryl moved onto Elston Avenue. We were moving all of her furniture and stuff, and I happened to see the cops at the end of the block at Albany and Grace, and I thought for sure my friends were getting arrested. I said to Cheryl, I'm gonna go laugh at them. I was gonna point and let you guys got busted. I walked to the end of the block, and there was a guy up against a car screaming. One of his friends was dead in the street, blood leaking into a sewer. His other friend was against another car, dead. One cop car and me. And 3 dead people. What had happened was, it was a gang shooting. The Disciples came by. Thought it was a rival gang. Shot these 3 guys. They weren't gangbangers. They were getting ready to go to a party. It was their last day in the city before they went to college, and just so happened some of my buddies who were OAs were talking with them. A disciple saw that, thought they were OAs, and when he came back, my friends were gone. Those guys were there. They got shot. 2 died, for sure. They were dead as a doornail when I got there. The 3rd guy who was screaming ended up being a paraplegic. Shattered his back. And that's, there's things in my life that are just kind of shocking to me, but that was life. Got out of that damn fucking area. She went over on Elston Avenue, Elston and Kedzie. At this point, I must have been 15, going on 16. I was into some bad shit, guns, and I wasn't running drugs yet, but I had guns, because neighborhood worried me, everybody had guns. I'll get into the end of Cheryl and the beginning of Veronica next video. That's pretty much how I remember things from 13 to about 16. Just blurs of bad events, like being chased by the OAs because this guy Paul thought I owed him money because I shot his dad's window out with a BB gun. I'll have to get into that story one of these days. Those were my friends, Bobby and Ricky. I met about 14. They were friends for a long time, a couple of years. Bobby and Ricky. Great men. Not the smartest of people, but good at heart. Still talk to him to this day. It's almost 30 years later. What up, Bobby, Ricky? Alright, next time, guys. I know I'll explain much more. I try not to make these videos too long. I have a tendency to go off on a tangent and just talk forever, and I don't want to kind of do that too much. So I'm trying not to. If this is too many videos, too short a time, and it's just one after another, I apologize. I am newbie when it comes to this YouTube thing, so the end of Cheryl and the beginning of Veronica next time. Raising a child, seeing dead people, being chased by gangbangers. A guy hung himself at one point, a guy named Larry. He got a girl pregnant, she didn't want to be with him, wouldn't let him see the kid. He was very hurt and hung himself. Man, and this is all before 16. And then it really did start to change more and more and more. Next time. Alright. You guys have a good day. Later.